Hello there, and welcome to Eunice. Eunice is the only company in the world that does two things. The first is to find your life purpose, and the second is to find what we call your personal style. You can think of your life as like a boat, and a boat has a harbor, a destination. And it also has a personal style in that what is it like to be on the boat on the way? Do you play jazz? Do you play hip hop? Do you play rap? Do you play disco? What's the culture on that boat? So the two things come together for us in what we call Eunice. This series is about covering the 12 major religions. It draws a lot from a book by Jason Boyett. So far, we've given an overview of the world religions. We've looked at which ones believe in heaven and hell and which ones believe in God. We've looked in detail at what Hinduism, Christianity, and Islam say about finding your life purpose. And today we're looking at what does Buddhism, Sikhism, and also Taoism say about finding life purpose. So let's start off with Buddhism, which a lot of people have a sense of what it's about. 500 million people around the world believe in Buddhism. It started about 400 BC. Primarily, at the end of the day, Buddhism is about having mental calmness, and from that you get your kind of soul's calmness. Buddhists don't believe in heaven and hell; they believe in reincarnation. And their core beliefs are that suffering is essentially a human given, and that the only way in which we can overcome suffering is through what they call the Eightfold Path, which I can't remember all the bits of it, so I'm going to read it from the screen. Right understanding, right purpose or intention, right speech, right conduct, right livelihood or occupation, right effort, mindfulness, and concentration. So all of these eight things are about eliminating kind of mental suffering and giving you a sense of calm. So the question for Eunice, given we're all about finding life purpose and finding your personal style, is does Buddhism directly tell you about how to find your life purpose? We would argue that directly it does not. However, it does very clearly talk about the importance of finding your right occupation, and that occupation helps you in your journey towards less suffering and ultimately getting out of the cycle of reincarnation and reaching nirvana, which is a kind of a little bit vague. It's not like heaven. It's more of a state of bliss and melding with the universe. So Buddhism does have some semi-direct guidance on that. So moving on to Sikhism, which is around 25 million people believe in Sikhism. Primarily they're in India, Pakistan. Very, very misunderstood faith, particularly in the West. People don't really understand it, see it as a bit mysterious. It's actually a very, very straightforward religion. It's a simple faith that seeks to serve others, achieve unity with the Creator, and recognize divinity with every human. And the kind of core beliefs are about avoiding what are called the five thieves, the people that take you away from God, or rather the concepts that take you away from God. That's lust, that's rage, that's ego, that's worldly attachment and greed. And it cultivates a sense of moving towards a sense of five virtues, which are, and I can't remember them all, forgive me, Sat, which is truth, Santok, sorry, which is contentment, Daya, which is compassion, Nimrata, which is humility, and Prayada, which is love. And in terms of, again, same question, does Sikhism indirectly, directly, or semi-directly give you a sense of what your life purpose should be? From what we've understood, no. Again, the message is if you follow those kind of five virtues and avoid the five thieves, then, life will unfold for you. So it's not giving you a specific process. To hell with that. So let's sort of move on to Taoism, which most of us don't know about it. It started about 600 BC. It's got about 20 million followers. It's primarily in China, Singapore, Malaysia. I guess that the question really is it a religion? It's a really good question, in that it doesn't have a huge amount of ritual or services. However, what it does promote is this sort of sense of the Tao. The Tao being, it's a little bit Star Wars like, a little bit like the Force, which is kind of eternal and runs through us all. And what the core beliefs of Tao are about, following simplicity, humility, and gentleness. And the kind of main thing around it is about maintaining the natural order between humans and the natural world. And by doing that, and by studying Tao kind of key practices, which are around Yu Jing, which is the source of learning, Shan Ying is the Tao as revealed to humans, and Te King is the manifestation of Tao to Laozi, the founder. But by following those things, you will kind of live a good life, a life of harmony. Again, does it kind of tell you about, excuse me, glasses, does it tell you about living life on purpose? Does it give you a recipe to find purpose? Is it direct, semi-direct, or indirect? Once again, like most of the religions in the world, it is indirect. It doesn't tell you what you should do with life. And in fact, it's more vague than Buddhism and arguably Sikhism, in that it essentially says, go with the flow and learn to understand the flow of energy. Now, in fact, if you could do that, you'd probably be a genius and probably be a very good Taoist. But for a lot of us, it's very hard to go with the flow. We get upset, we resist things. We don't want to do this. We do want to do this. We have a set of needs, particularly in the West. And Taoism is about sort of letting those go and just literally go with what's in front of you. So that can seem a little passive, in that you don't strive for anything. So to wrap up, of the three religions, Buddhism, Sikhism, and Taoism, Buddhism offers semi-direct direction, but once again, we find that of those three huge religions, that there is no kind of direct pathway. And at UNIS, where, as we've said before, we're very pragmatic about purpose. We are absolutely in favor of people who are spiritual following their path. At the same time, if you have a pain, you can take a painkiller, or you can pray, or you can do both. And so at UNIS, we are like the painkiller, and we also have exercises for people who are spiritual to allow them to explore that dimension. So hopefully, in closing, that gives you an understanding of those three religions and how they relate to finding your purpose in life. So that's it for now. We'll be moving on to the next three religions next time. Hopefully that's helped you. Hopefully that's simplified things for you and given you a better understanding. And I'm going to stop talking now and find the off button and leave you to it. Okay. Thank you very much.